All right. I am trying something new. This is actually taking a video on my laptop, but if you have been in the community for even a month, there's been a lot of conversation around the CrossFit semifinals, and it was a bigger deal than ever before because prior to this year, nobody had ever qualified for the semifinals from this gym. So it was a huge honor to get to that level, both I think in my personal career, but also at the affiliate level for the whole gym, to be able to experience like what does that feel like, what does that look like. Today's Monday, the 15th, 14th, 15th, and yesterday I completed the final workout for the semifinals, and the results will be at 2 o'clock today, here in a couple hours, Monday at 2 p.m. We'll find out exactly how I did. Now, spoiler alert, there's no anticipation on me going to the CrossFit Games, except as a spectator. Me and Jamie are actually going to the CrossFit Games. We bought our tickets, plane tickets, all that kind of stuff, end of July. And I qualified for the semifinals kind of just barely. So I think I was 1800th in quarterfinals, and they took 2,000 people to that level. So I have no anticipation of qualifying, but when the results come out, honestly, my attitude is that I'm just super, super grateful to even be on that stage of the semifinals, to be at that level, because that's never been a goal. And if you've worked out next to me for the last few years, I always do the open, and just because it's fun, it's a competition, it's a good challenge, it brings the community together, it represents a much broader thing. And then when they came out with quarterfinals, and I qualified for quarterfinals, I'm like, cool, this is great to see how I'm measuring against the pack of CrossFit, of course. But my goal with this message is to send a shit ton of gratitude to the people who deserve it, and to also help you guys recognize that you're also in this at a higher level than you think you are, whether you believe it or not, and I'll explain. So first of all, I do want to thank, I'll go kind of microscope, and I'll get broader through these thank yous, but judges, thank you so much. Holly Wengert, she's the head coach over at Priority CrossFit in Altoona. She also leads us in workouts for Faith RX each month. And last month, when I was explaining to her, I was like, yeah, I actually qualified, and I don't know if our ceilings are tall enough for rope climbs, and that's kind of a concern. And she's like, hey, come over to my gym. Our ceilings are plenty high. We've already had somebody do it because they qualified for age group semifinals. And she's like, oh, and by the way, I'm advanced judges course certified. I'm a level 3. So come on over. I was like, thank God. So Holly, thank you for stepping up. You probably won't even see this message, but also Dustin Smith, Coach Dustin, the moment I qualified, that day, I told him, I was like, yeah, you need to get your advanced. I need 2 judges that have their advanced judges course and their level 1 certified. That night, I'm pretty sure he went and took the advanced judges course. And then he even let me know that, yep, I got that Thursday and Friday off, took the advanced judges course. I'm let me know what you need from me. So Dustin, thank you for being just super stand up. You did not hesitate whatsoever, and you knew how much it meant to me, and so I appreciate you so much. And then Travis, I didn't know if I could get enough judges in the last few days, and the week of, I asked the coaches, I was like, anybody who wants to take the judges course? I was like, I could use an extra judge. And so Travis, he was on it that night. He took the judges course, and got it done really quick. So I appreciate everybody being available. Not only for doing the thing, but also just coming in and helping set up. And we had to do a couple mock rounds of the videotaping, and getting the tape lines and all that kind of stuff. So, which leads me to Sydney. I invited, the moment I qualified, I asked Sydney, you guys know Sydney, she won the Open here at the gym. I asked her if she'd do it with me because I just wanted that competitive energy in the room, and she definitely didn't hesitate. She verified with her coach, thought I'd be good to go, and she came in. She always got my equipment as ready as she thought would be appropriate. She measured out the tape lines, and she was all over it. So, Sydney, your enthusiasm for competition and your energy next to me in the workouts was so appreciated. So, like, you guys specifically, I could not have done what I did without you guys, literally, because it was a requirement to have those judges. And honestly, having a body, Sydney, having somebody moving next to me through the workouts was so important to me. So thank you so much. Several people also were just like, what time are you going? I want to watch. So my mom and Whitney and Paul hung out. Colton came in for the last workout. Kim showed up. Jamie was here for all of my events. So like everybody who just made it a priority to watch me work out, honestly, that gives me like those open vibes, and it gives me so much energy. And it, when I'm going into the pain cave, just knowing that people are watching you, it kind of pushes you past that comfort zone. So thank you guys so much for contributing at the level that you did. And then Sydney and her partner Kelsey also brought a ton of Quick Trip donuts at the end of the fifth event, the final event yesterday. So Kelsey, thank you for that. That was awesome. I ate like 6 donuts yesterday, and worth it. Totally worth it. Also, it's a bigger picture here. Coaches of CrossFit West Des Moines, this is for you. Emily, Dustin, Jeff, Travis, Jess. Like I participate in your classes frequently. It helps tremendously having leaders inside the gym showing us what to do, teaching us how to do it, encouraging us to move faster, move better. I've been an athlete in the classes since day one, and I have remained a dedicated athlete in the classes up till this very day. And without coaches in this gym, besides myself, because I can't coach myself necessarily, I would not be able to do this stuff and be as consistent as I have been. I know how it feels to be an athlete, and I know what it feels like to know I have a coach waiting for me, expecting me to sign in. I have a class at 4:30 or whatever it is that I'm going to be going to, and it really helps me be as routine as possible. Athletes, the fellow athletes in the gym, when you guys come in here for the 4:30 class or the 5 a.m. class or whatever class, like you guys bring the energy and you help us all push to a higher level, which I think is really, really encouraging. Being able to get to know you guys on an individual level and just have like our gym buddies, like it means a lot. And not only that, but like as I got my level 3 last year, as I've devoted myself to the method of CrossFit and been able to teach you guys and help you guys with fitness and the method of CrossFit, obviously just teaching it helps me become a better athlete myself. So honestly, just thank you everybody for being here. And then big picture, CrossFit HQ, like the method of CrossFit is a big deal. So I think that's a big gratitude to that, because without that, I would not be able to be doing this as an owner, as an athlete, or anything like that. I would say that 11 years ago when I started CrossFit, and I had no ambition to qualify for semifinals, and to have qualified, I think was a big surprise, mostly because I didn't change anything. The only thing I changed, I kept showing up to CrossFit classes and doing the work at the intensities that I normally do, but the only thing I changed was my nutrition in the last year. And for sure, that's been the thing that I think, elevated the status this year. Because for years I would just say, well, I just need to do more conditioning. I just need to do extra accessory work. I just need to start running more often or whatever. So I would do those things a little bit, but typically that lead to some kind of injury. And so then I'd back off and just go back to 5 days a week of CrossFit classes. And then finally just bit the bullet and I was like, I'm going to go all in on the zone diet. And so to qualify is one thing, but then my expectations on the workouts were much lower than how I performed. I honestly thought I was going to get time capped for about 3 of those workouts. And I think just being so metabolically adapted and continuing to train really hard helped me reach beyond the expectations that I had originally set. So if you're not, I even put this hierarchy of development up here on the whiteboard: nutrition, metabolic conditioning, gymnastics, weightlifting, sport. Sport being like the competition part of CrossFit and whatnot. If you want to get better at CrossFit, go all in on those things in that order. I will say that the program that we do, if you show up 4, 5, 6 days a week, you will get better. And you will consistently get better over time, and you will adapt to the stimulus that we're putting on to our bodies if you get your nutrition right. If you have really poor mobility and you're avoiding that, so that goes back to like the gymnastics portion of the pyramid. You have to have the flexibility, have to have the nutrition down. And I think if you get those things right and you keep showing up, you will for sure adapt, get better increasingly over time. So, and then that last little bit is to say I was talking to my mom and it was a 1%. Right now, like the field of semifinals is like the 1% of the entire amount of people who registered for the Open. And I thought that was really cool. It's like, cool to be in the 1% club. But here's the thing. If you're doing that's the 1% club of people doing CrossFit registering for the Open. That, if we were to compare ourselves in fitness to the world, everybody else, including the CrossFitters and non-CrossFitters, that is a much bigger portion of people. And I'm not saying that for myself, because that's irrelevant. I do like to compare myself to the best and help myself elevate on that level. But if you feel like you're only in the 40th percentile of the Open in CrossFit, or you're only at the 70th percentile, just remember you're comparing yourself to a niche of people who are in the arena doing the thing. So when I was explaining to my mom, I was like, you're also in the 1% club, Mom. Like, you're in here as a 68-year-old athlete. Let's line up 60 or 100 random 68-year-old people, and let's see how many of them are, first of all, active in fitness, and second of all, doing something like CrossFit. And I bet my mom would be the only one who raised her hand. It'd probably take a field of 1,000 athletes, or 1,000 68-year-olds, and she would likely still be the only one raising her hand. So you're all falling in that group. It's because you're already doing fitness on such a broad and intense level that just by being in it consistently every day, you're already elevating yourself beyond levels that is comparable. You know, you have runners, that's great. You have calisthenic athletes, bodybuilders, the strong people, but like not many people are doing it all and trying to elevate themselves on every part of the fitness kind of continuum. So keep it up, and we will find out the results here in about 2 hours. And I'm very excited to see just where it ended up, knowing honestly, I'm just grateful that I was able to do it. So, till next time, we're going to coach the noon class now.